everyone. I hope you are having a beautiful day today. Long time no talk. I have really taken this week to just have my little self-retreat and to take care of my own needs. So I'm happy to get on here again today after a few days of rest and to share this topic with you that is so important, especially in the American culture. Overeating will never fill the void. It is a huge issue in the American culture that so many people have the answers to solve and know the steps to take to create a weight loss solution, and yet we're always slipping backwards as a society and as a culture because we're not solving the real issue. We're not filling the void in the proper way. It is so easy to feel emptiness and to just fill our mouths with food. That is the quickest and easiest and temporary fulfillment that we have access to. Ashley is sending you a wave. Bahai says hi. Hi, how are you doing? Please let me know how you're doing below in the comments. I would love to know. Other areas of the world, through nicotine and alcohol, overeating isn't the only way to fill a void, yet in the American culture, it is one of the highest, if not the highest issue that people are so quick to reach to fill an area that just can't be filled. And that's why overeating becomes a problem, because you cannot fill it. So you just keep eating and eating and eating and doing this kind of mindless action that does bring temporary and momental happiness, but it's very quick to fade away, and you begin to feel the guilt, and you begin to feel the even the sadness and the depression and the anxiety that overeating in a very quick moment after instantly eating it begins to happen, and it creates a negative result because we're taking that action from a negative place. Ashley says hello. Hello, Ashley. Loving the heart, sending you the love. Bihai says, okay, WhatsApp. I don't usually use the WhatsApp, but you can feel free to reach out to me. I'll send you a message after this. He also says hello. Hello, sending you a wave. So the void, the holes within ourselves that we are trying to fill when we are doing the overeating, or if we're drinking alcohol on a regular basis, or if you're using nicotine or tobacco to fill a hole that just feels like it's always there. You're feeling empty, you're feeling alone. There's different ways to feel empty, but you guys in a sense know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. You have these areas of your life that are physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And we have these things in our life that are meant to feel fulfilled. And through the mental, you're doing it through knowledge. So we constantly need to be fulfilling ourselves with absorbing new knowledge and feeding that aspect of ourselves. And one way that just through anything, for these 4 areas, people are so quick to fill it with food. With the emotional, are you giving yourself time every day, a small activity to feel joy? Or are you connecting and bonding with another individual? Are you allowing yourself to have moments of comfort where you just feel safe and secure outside of eating? And in the spiritual aspect, I always say the simplest way to realize that you are doing a spiritual practice is having quiet time. You're not so much doing, you're just in a state of being. You're absorbing and observing the things that are going on around you, whether that is meditation in its most basic form as focusing on your breath, or you just sit out in nature and you watch the birds fly by. Anytime you're in a state of quiet time and you're not in a state of doing, this is your form of spiritual connection. And this is one of the biggest voids that most people, at least in the American culture and also in the cultures around the world, because I've been blessed to be able to connect with the people from different cultures, and they are saying that this is an issue for them as well. When you first wake up in the morning, it's really important to not go straight into doing, but give your theta state mind time to sit in that quiet and really get into connection with the deeper part of yourself that is more than we can ever really explain. You have to have this experiential, that's the word, experiential time with your spiritual self, with that part of you that is always you, that is never changing. I think most of us can admit that our physical self is always changing, our emotions are always changing, our personalities and the mental aspects of ourselves is always changing. So you need to take that spiritual time to connect with that part of you that doesn't change, that resonates in the state of I am. That is the energy that you need to consistently tap into every single day. And then there's the physical aspects. There is more to physicality than just eating. Are you getting active? Are you allowing your body to, expel energy that it needs to expel in order to feel refreshed and renewed and gain that new energy inside of you? That's a really important aspect as well. So when you look at those 4 different components, ask yourself, am I giving myself fulfillment in these 4 different areas? And if I'm not, am I using eating, overeating, as a way to attempt to fulfill those voids? It's really, really important to identify that and to move on to doing better things and having more positive habits implemented in those areas of your life. So that is my encouragement to you guys today. If you have any questions or concerns, you need any clarity in these areas of your life, feel free to reach out to me. I love to help and support anybody who would like to connect with me on a more deeper level based on this subject, because it is an issue. So many people in the American culture feel like they have to go on a fad diet or do some drastic big change in order to have a huge amount of weight loss in a quick amount of time. And that's fine and all good as long as you're giving yourself fulfillment in these 4 areas of life. If you're not, then you're going to easily slip back into the slope of overeating, because you're starving yourself, not only in a physical sense of food when you're on these fad diets, but you're also still starving yourself in the other areas of life that are just waiting to be fulfilled, that are waiting to have your attention and your focus. And you deserve that as a human being, to have a balanced and fulfilled life in these 4 areas. It is much more simple when we just turn our focus from what is the next thing I can eat to what is the next physical activity that I can do for myself? What can I mentally absorb today? How can I emotionally connect and really get into joy, or really get into a bond, whether it's a human or an animal? Sometimes connecting with an animal and just spending some time, being next to another creature and getting out into nature and sitting next to a tree, it's really just connecting on a simple, basic level. And that's one easy way to connect an emotional bond. So many people think that they have to have another person in their life to create a connection and a bond that's meaningful, but it's not true. You don't have to depend upon another human being to connect with. You can connect with nature. You can connect with the animals if you have a pet or whatever it is. It is so easy to just get into that time of bonding and allow yourself to be fulfilled in that aspect as well. Richard, sending you away. We're getting ready to come to a close. I wish you guys a beautiful, continued, blessed weekend, and I will talk to you all again very soon. Much love, much gratitude to you. Bye.